So I'm going to start out by saying something pretty controversial, I think. So there's been a lot of live streams for new video games coming up, yeah. And one of the ones that I was looking forward to the most was the Nintendo Direct. I got up early to watch it yesterday. Okay, this is my opinion from my own personal experiences. I didn't think it was that great. Hear me out! Okay, that's ripping the Band-Aid off. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I didn't think it was that great, not because of what was announced. I want to make that clear. Hot take, hot take. Hot take! The hottest take, okay? It was not good because their biggest announcements, most of their biggest announcements, were not even Nintendo IP. So what have they been doing? It's either remake or just adding existing games to the Switch a year later, or IPs that aren't even Nintendo. Like, what have you guys been working on?
Nintendo Direct was just showing a bunch of already released games.
Exactly! It's like we already had these games. Nintendo just gets them a year later. Right? Like, obviously, Kingdom Hearts 4 is fucking massive, okay? And they did a little fake out, which was fun, okay?
Typical Nintendo.
Because they announced the first 3 coming to the Switch, and then they were like, oh, the 4th one's out too, coming soon. But that's not Nintendo IP. Deltarune Chapter 5 is also really big news, but also not Nintendo IP. So I'm like, what is Nintendo doing? They're adding limited time Donkey Kong Bonanza collectible virtual card game? What? Nobody asked for this! What do you mean this is what you're doing with your IP?
Lobotomized. It's how
Anyway.
so silly and fun.
That's how I feel. I feel lobotomized after that direct.
It was pretty lacking. The graphics
Yeah.
looked better, but it's a Star Fox rebuild, but for all games.
True. They did the Star Fox coming out, but remake. Ocarina of Time was also really big. The one sliver of hope that I have for the Ocarina of Time announcement that they had is it didn't say remaster and they didn't say remake. So I'm hoping to at least make things a little bit more unique and different, that it is a reimagining where it's not exactly a one-to-one recreation of the original game. I hope it's not just... Because they didn't say it, but they also didn't give us much anyway. So that's what I'm hoping. I feel like it would have been a really good direct if their big announcement at the end was like a new Smash, right? Like that would have been crazy. Right? I don't even play Smash, alright? But at least it's something new, you know, with their IPs, all that stuff. Think Link looks really bad. Yeah, I think the art style is going to take some getting used to for sure. I'm a little worried about that. Because modern games, I'm not saying this is inherently a bad thing. Because modern games look freaking gorgeous these days, right? So pretty. But because they all try to make them this hyper-realistic, beautiful, landscapey type vibe, they all look very similar. And it's hard to look at a game and be like, yeah, I'm going to play that just by looking at it because they all look the same. And you'd have to really know what it's about and what the story is. And obviously art styles aren't everything. Take a look at, you know, Undertale, Deltarune, RPG Maker games. There's so many of those that are just awesome. There is a really nice looking game that was announced for the Xbox live stream.
It is supposed everything they couldn't put in the original version, to be blunt.
We'll have to see. And as I've grown and started to play more games, I stopped looking at a game and then deciding after looking at it whether or not I'd want to play it. It's like, well, what's the story about, right? What's the writing like? What's the dialogue all about? But there was a game for the Xbox Direct that literally looks like a Studio Ghibli animation that's a game. It looked freaking gorgeous. And I don't know if it's the kind of game or play style that I'd enjoy because it just seems like... Vivarium, is that what it's called? Vivarium. I totally blanked on the name. It looks so cute. It sort of just looks like a slice of life sim type of game. Not quite Animal Crossing, but similar. But even just seeing a different art style that wasn't hyperrealism was so refreshing. It was so nice. When you were a kid, you saw 2 seconds of gameplay and was like, yes! And now it's like, well, also modern day, there's just so many more games coming out all the time. The same game's getting remastered and remade with updated visuals on newer consoles so they run better, right?
In all honesty, Nintendo needs to create a new franchise they can build.
That's exactly
fresh
what
on.
I was hoping for,
No
man.
offense to Pokemon, Mario, Star Fox, etc., but they are well
did get
beyond
Pocopia
mature and
DLC.
need a new kid on the block to reignite Nintendo hype.
That's exactly what I was feeling too. And I appreciate that they're branching out because it was exciting to see a FromSoft game for the Switch. But that's not Nintendo. That's FromSoft. Too much to play them all, right? Between time and then cost. Blech. My favorite announcement from this week, Doom DLC. I'm also excited for Spyro. I've got kind of a weird relationship with Spyro because I never played the games growing up, but I've always loved dragons. I was obsessed with dragons as a kid, and my first ever Kigurumi that I bought for myself was of Spyro. Like I still have it. It's just like a little small for me now, but but I was like, I freaking love Spyro. Like he's cool and he's so cute, and I think now that there is a new Spyro announced coming soon, maybe we revisit the game. I guess not revisit, but I guess visit for the first time in my case. But probably revisit for a lot of you guys, and we play it together on stream. I think it'll be fun.